Boy, boy. This game couldn't have came at a better time. A better time for the Detroit Lions and its fan base. Finally, we get knocked back down off the high horse in a hell of a way. So before we even get into this, if you're still sensitive in your feelings right now, you probably don't want to watch this video yet. You probably want to take a minute, take a couple hours or so, then click on. I'm gonna say some things that's gonna piss some people off, and I'm giving you guys a disclaimer. All right. So, man, first and foremost, we get blown out by the Baltimore Ravens, the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens. MVP level quarterback and Lamar Jackson. We don't have to talk about the Baltimore Ravens defense. They're one of those few teams that actually get it when it comes to building a defense, right? So that's not surprising. What is surprising is the lack of execution that I've seen out there today from a lot of guys. And you got to give credit to Baltimore for it. I mean, they came in with a great game plan. They did what they had to do. But that team is structured and they're ready to go. Unlike our team is. Yes, I did just say that. Unlike our team is. This game I've been waiting for. I've had that, man, I definitely had that check mark by this game because I knew that this would be the humble game, right? Why did I say the Ravens will be the humble game? Is because simply we don't have the roster built to go up against certain teams in this league yet. Me personally, I know that. I didn't, fill up on a big glass jar of Kool-Aid and just think we was going to the Super Bowl. That was making me so sick watching people talk about the Lions in the Super Bowl. Listen, let's get to the playoffs first. Let's win our division first, right? But we don't have the pieces yet to contend with certain teams in this league. And what I mean by that is we have a bunch of young guys that are bona fide studs, but we still remain to go out and get stars. My bone to pick with this game goes back to your GM. Goes back to Brad Holmes, man. And a lot of you guys, you love Brad Holmes, but you don't want to call a spade a spade. Plenty of opportunities to bring certain guys here. We seen a guy, on the other side of the football today that could have been in a Lions jersey, but he just, in every single way, just busted us. We seen Roquan with the Bears. We had an opportunity to get Clowney and add him to this defense. The reason why I say Brad Holmes is simply because he's had multiple opportunities to truly address the biggest glaring hole on this team, and he continuously goes another direction. We've known for the last 2 years what we need more than anything on the defensive side of that football, and we just have not addressed that. We still cannot go out and rush against certain offensive lines simply because we don't have the guys available. We don't. I get it, the hard-nosed, the grit, Lions type of guys and all this shit. I get that, whatever. But when it comes to this level, when you become the standard in this league, when you become a top team in this league, you have to have those star players that's going to stop the show for you. We don't have that with this team. We're relying on a bunch of rookies and young players. Period. We need somebody else on that defensive line rushing that football. We're still mediocre at linebacker. Let's just call it what it is. And guess who's going to suffer for that? The secondary. Because when Lamar Jackson actually has time, he's going to kill anyone in this league. That man will lead them to the promised land if they can block like that for him. Being able to do it against the Lions today absolutely destroyed us. It wasn't Lamar Jackson running the football. They protected him today. He shredded us with his arm. Lamar Jackson is simply a MVP quarterback. That's just that. It is what it is, man. They didn't shred us in the ground game today. It was off of his arm. Wide open plays, man. Because we can't get to the quarterback today. You had opportunities in the draft to address it. You have opportunities in free agency to address it. You've had opportunities before this game came to make a deal and get something done. We still sitting on our fingers. We still sitting on our fingers. You went offense in the draft. You went and got a Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, which is a nice running back. He's a nice young back, but he's not running in between the tackles for you. He doesn't have the size for that. He's a weapon. You don't move, back and take a running back at 12 because he's a weapon. You had the opportunity to address your D-line with your 6th pick, and you went the other direction. Period. And right now, in this level of NFL football, it's showing. Yeah, against some of the other teams, offensive line ain't the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those players, they can play. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, we get into the quarterback this game, that game, bam. But when it comes to a team that's on this level, you have to have stars, man. You need game busters. You need game busters. We don't have it. You still relying on one guy. You heard the guy on the TV say it. You have Aiden Hutchinson, and that's it. Those other guys, man, up against good offensive lines, they're not going to provide. Period. They're just not. We need edge rush. We need a true number one receiver. Amon-Ra is a slot guy. We need a number one receiver. J-Mo's not ready yet. He just showed you this game. The ball just hit this kid in the face. He needs reps. He needs to play. You need to go and get a real veteran receiver. It was cute, with the Reynolds thing and everything else against certain teams, but against teams that's this level, bro, we gonna get our ass to the playoffs and get bounced immediately. Because it's a whole different ball game at the top of the league. This loss today, screw the loss. It's one game. It's one game. I don't care if you lost by 45, 50, whatever. It still counts as one game on your schedule. The rest of our schedule is ridiculously easy. The only winning team that's left on your schedule is the Dallas Cowboys. We have to go and do something before this deadline. Period. Brad Holmes. We have to. Lions fans. We need stars if we're even going to have that conversation. I know what part of this build process we're in, but for the expectations that's been tagged to the Lions, we're not built for that yet. We're not. These are budding stars we have. They're not established guys. We're not ready for that yet. We have to get to that point. And one way to hit the acceleration button is to make trades. Your backfield is still skimpy, obviously. Like I said before, y'all twist and turn when I said, yeah, you should have fucking kept Swift. You didn't have to do it, but you did it. Why? Beats me. But this is why you can't keep them around. Running backs in this league, they don't last. They get injured. The game is faster and they hit harder these days. Again, at our power positions, we need help. We need help. I didn't like the play calling today. Me personally, Like, that's the best you can dial up with the amount of speed that you have on this offense. And then you look at a guy in Laporta, he had a tough day today. This is the second game you've seen him have a tough game. You know why? Because this is the second team that you face where they have linebackers who can actually run, who can actually cover. That defense they built over there is a unit. Look at the veterans over there. Look at the names on that defense. Look at the production that defense gets. The Ravens have always built rosters like that. And if we model ourselves like the Ravens, like they said, Dan Campbell said today, then I think we need to start plugging in some star players. Because they have those guys that can bust your whole game plan. We do not have that. Not from top to bottom. No player on our defensive roster can bust somebody's game plan. And I'm talking about the top tier teams in this league. Think about that for a minute. Look at the offensive side of the ball. Who is the established star besides Amon-Ra St. Brown on your offense? Think about that for a minute. You know what you have to have for Jared Goff to be successful. Number one, you can't let them get to him. And number two, you have to have some guys that's going to catch the damn football. That's going to get open. Because he had opportunities back there, but guys just couldn't get open. You know why? We couldn't establish the run today. They had all day to sit back there and feast. That's what they do. We couldn't run in between the tackles today. This game made perfect sense when you look at the way both of these teams are built. And it's a rude awakening for a lot of people. I know a lot of fans going to jump off a bridge. I don't care. I call them SOL as a fan base. Same old Lions fan base, man. That's just what they are. Don't understand a lick of football. You had social media personalities, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't wait for this game to sound off about the Lions. I'm talking about dudes that don't even watch football. You cover basketball. And you only been doing that for a couple years. Be quiet. Stop speaking because you don't understand what's happening right now. But for us footballers, we all know what the deal was. This roster ain't ready yet. It's not built yet. Yeah, we're doing it right. But you had opportunities to take this to the next level, and you didn't take them. God damn it. I'm talking about Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I'm talking about these type of guys, building from the trenches out, right? That offensive line, yeah, we hate Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, but God damn it, you got to give them some credit for part of that offensive line. At least they did understand the trenches. They just did a bad job of acquiring guys in the trenches when it came to the defense side of the ball. So, and they were bad, and he was a bad coach. So, I mean, let's just, man, call a spade with a spade. I don't care how mad you get or whatever. I probably turned the comments off on this video because I don't feel like hearing a bunch of grown men crying about one loss on their schedule. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, bro, I'm keeping it real with you. Whether you take it or leave it. The Detroit Lions, Brad Holmes, needs to be aggressive and go and get some damn players that's going to change your team. God damn it, whether it's edge rusher, whether it's fucking Devontae Adams, I don't care. Derrick Henry, somebody, get somebody and bring him to this roster and get him there. Because we getting ready to go into the playoffs. You don't want to go there and get embarrassed. We don't want to be the 1991 Lions. Thank you, Detroit Lions organization. I've said my piece. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Peace.